right, we're live. Parking brake off.
Give it some power. Do my checklist now. I have to do my before takeoff checklist. So I've got a lot of first officer work to do.
Okay.
I'm heads down, but I want you to actually not this one, the second line, make a right. You two.
Got it.
Captain, you ready for takeoff?
Ready for takeoff.
All right, power to 40.
Power 40.
Now the power is set.
Brakes released.
Two heels on the floor, steering with your feet. And power is set, Captain.
Power set.
That's an airline call. Airspeed alive. Keep it straight, it's kind of sensitive, but be aggressive. Aggressive and smooth. 80 knots cross checks, that's an airline call.
80 knots.
We're going to use up about 6,000 feet of runway. A little more than a mile. Rotate.
Rotate.
10 degrees. Pull back. Big pull. Big pull. Big pull. I see 10 degrees. Captain, I see positive rate of climb. What do you want?
Gear up.
Gear up. Hold the 10 degrees. Ignore the pink lines. Look at the airplane accelerating. We're past the flap 1 speed. Guess what I can do? Flaps up.
Flaps up.
Now I'm doing the after takeoff climb check. Captain, your after takeoff climb checklist is complete. Good. Hit either A or B command autopilot and let go of the yoke while you do it. Now, right now the autopilot's flying. Anything you do up here is going to make the airplane do what we want. Turn right heading 360.
Right heading
000. You can spin it as quick as you want, by the way. The airplane still turns the same rate. It's Malibu down here.
Oh.
I'd like you to continue that right turn heading 070.
Right heading turn 070.
Now, isn't this a lot easier than hand flying?
Right, definitely
Because
is.
it's not as intense. Look, okay, there's your altitude acquire and altitude hold.
Okay.
We'll come up there. Very good. Nice altitude change. American One, we're going to slow you down to 220 knots right now.
Okay, 220 knots. American
So
One.
I set that in. And American right turn heading 080.
Right turn heading 080. American
Just
One.
a baby turn, not even 3 degrees. Look at that. Small correction. So basically, I'm working as your radar controller. And by the way, Captain, your descent checklist is complete.
Okay.
So I've checked everything for the landing on this flight, and I'm happy that everything is set up properly. American One, right turn 095.
Right turn heading 095. American One.
At American One, we'll turn to you sometime around between Snake and Sager for the approach. The controller's just letting you know it's going to be a little tighter than usual.
Okay.
Because you're able to handle it, I think you're going to do just a fine job. Watch your altitude, watch your pitch. We're coming up over the Anaheim Hills. That means there's hills out here, you can see them. So, American One, need you to slow to 200 knots, please.
Slow to 200 knots. American One.
Now to slow to 200, I've got to do something. I've got to put some flap down. So I'm going to give you flap 5.
Right,
so
flap
the plane's
5.
going to appear to balloon. You're going to hold it forward, but you're going to need to retrim. Look at the airspeed now. It's going down to 200. Look how fast it goes down. American One, turn right heading 110. Right turn 110, just a small turn.
Right turn heading 110. American One.
So notice, let me just change your scale. I'm bringing you up here, and we're going to turn you onto that course right there.
Okay.
A little bit closer, give you your final turn in. An American One, needs you to slow to 180 knots, please.
Slow to 180. American
And to
One.
do that, guess what? I've got to go to flaps 10.
Flaps 10.
So a lot more flaps and a little more leading edge going down to give us the lift and drag. Look at that airspeed, slow down. American One, turn right heading 120.
Turn right heading 120. American One.
American One, turn right heading 130.
Turn right heading 130.
And
American
that
One.
heading, intercept the localizer, clear at ILS 20 right at Orange County. To maintain 4,000 to establish a glide slope and contact the tower and so on.
All right, contact tower, maintain 4,000.
Because we're cleared for the approach, I want the electronics to capture. I'm going to arm it. Watch.
Right,
I
arm
hit
approach, and then we have ours down here.
I see VOR loc and GS armed.
Okay.
Notice the glide slope's coming alive.
It's coming alive. I'm
And
seeing my
the localizer is going to come alive, and you're going to turn onto it, and it'll be a heading and a course of 195, and it's all going to happen at one time. This is going to start to come in, and this is going to come down, make this go green GS. This is going to go green VOR loc, and you're going to fly those two needles down. locked on, so I'm going to marry up 195. And you're on the glide slope, so follow the needle.
Okay.
Straighten the vertical needle by turning to the right. Turn to the right. Pitch up, and I've got to put the gear down because now we're going down. Bring the pitch up. Here goes your gear. Here goes flaps 15. I'm setting the speed.
Okay.
Be about 142, 143. And I'm going to fly that cross down. Now, let's see you fly that cross down. There's El Toro right there. Take a look out.
God, that's crazy.
See El Toro?
Yeah, you can
right.
see the base right there.
Yep, there's Tustin, where the brown patches are, where they're doing all that construction, putting homes on. Do you see Orange County Airport on the runway yet?
So straight ahead of
You're
us.
going for 19 right,
Okay.
that's your airport. You
right.
keep flying the crosses down. Localize, you're a little to the right, maybe 5 or 6 feet. Remember, that's how tight we're flying these tolerances. We're flying 5 and 10 foot intervals. So when this, just as this goes below 1,000, you're going to hear the 1,000 foot call.
Yeah, this is nuts.
So watch, you're going to hear 1,000.
1,000 check. Okay.
And I'll talk you through it if you need help. You know, I'm not going to let you crash or get in trouble.
Okay.
Just keep your needles centered.
Coming in.
Notice how we can see that far end of the runway
Right, keeping
during
it.
the entire approach when we're visual.
Keeping it where you said.
Remember, these needles are to find the runway when we can't see it as well. I want you to have confidence in them that they're going to lead you to the runway if you fly them.
Okay.
Remember, if you are lined up with the runway and everything looks good, do every effort you can to keep your wings level. If your wings aren't level, you're turning.
Okay.
So you're going to hear a 500 call. Not hear the 500 foot call, so I gave you the 500 foot call. Didn't you? Sometimes the computer screws up.
Okay.
See, I heard the 400.
400.
Keep the end of the runway in sight. You can be looking out more and more. Make it more and more of a visual maneuver. In
Okay.
fact, below 200 feet, we don't fly the needles.
Okay.
Okay, I'll look at the end of that runway.
200 feet checked. Alright, I'm going visual now.
Raise the nose a little bit. I'm going to ease the throttle back.
Okay.
Keep the end of the runway just like that. Listen.
13.
Keep the nose right there.
10.
You just greased it on Orange County. Steer with your feet, reverse thrust. And there's 80 knots coming out of reverse.
Okay.
Now you have to use the toe brakes to stop it. Finish
All
the
right,
stop
toe brakes.
with the toe brakes. Notice it takes a long time to stop
Big plane.
because it weighs 60 tons, and you've stopped the airplane. Nice job. You were on the center. You went a little to the right.
Yeah.
But what's more important to me is that you had the landing attitude perfect. You had just the end of the runway there,
Right.
and you saw that landing was a little bump. That was a nice landing. Now,
Thank you.